Who you got?
I gotta go with Zhao. I gotta go with LGD.
We got a bunch of Zhao 8 simps all over the place.
Hey.
Quinn showed up.
A disciple.
Do you
Use
think
the correct terminology?
Okay, excuse me. A bunch of Zhao 8 disciples.
And I've been a Zhao 8 disciple before it was cool.
Did you impart that on Quinn? Is that where he got it?
Of course. Quinn steals everything from me. Where do you think he got Ramdog?
I see. Not sure if you wanted to own up to that one, but fair enough. All right. What about draft-wise? Ignoring the teams, draft-wise. Alchemist is a little...
I think this is one of those drafts where if the puck goes ham, LGD are pretty favored. Because I don't think BetBoom are going to have anything that can test NTS on the map. Like Doom Void, okay, yeah, the late game's really good, but this is really damn slow. So there's a lot of room to potentially punish here. The Maiden and the Coddle also double mana supports between the puck and the Timber. That can really speed up the aggression here. The second you start getting kills, you're instantly refilling these two huge mana pools that are just pure damage. And then you're never looking back. So the Timber and the puck get a fast start, I favor LGD. If BetBoom execute the early lanes decently enough where that's kind of even at 10 minutes, then yeah, this game's going to get stalled out, and you got to kind of favor them going late because time dilation is a monster here. There's no saves for the Chrono outside of an early blinding light. And if you ever get Roshans with this BetBoom lineup, it is disgusting what they can do with Ags and Refresher Shards.
I mean, as much as you say that it looks like a game where puck can pop off, I think the same thing about Storm Spirit. For me, I feel like this is GPK versus nothing to say, and who's going to control the game more.
I feel like NTS has been way more consistent than GPK this tournament.
Sure, I'll agree with that.
Maybe career-wise, too.
Damn.
I feel like NTS is a top 3 most consistent mid laner of all time, honestly.
Oh,
you're looking at just that aspect of it. Like, he never has a bad game. That's what it feels like. His bad games are, like, mediocre. So, I think the probability that he can get something done here is pretty high, though GPK is winning the early waves decently well here. I also think Puck is a stronger hero than Storm. Unless you have the refills, which they do. They have Pugna Storm. So that definitely helps.
Yes. We haven't really talked about the carry. Big Shiro Alchemist. We heard Purge's hypothesis about this hero. That it's not going to farm as well. He thinks it's going to be a more active hero to try and combo up with the puck coils. He's just going to blink in, get in there. What do you think about Alchemist? Is this a good carry still? Can we still pick this? Do we still play it the same way?
Hero's fine. His laning's still solid. He's always going to give you the Alchemist timings when he's 5 and 6 slotted before enemy carries are 3 or 4 slotted. And that's when you just run it through him. Take those fights. I think he's probably looking at some point getting some fast blink Abyssal sounds pretty good this game. Just all in the void on a jump.
Sure.
Like, they have a lot of burst damage. But it's all about the speed. How fast can you get there? Like, Alk is never a bad hero if you're double the enemy's net worth.
We are going to have that extra net worth heroes on both sides, I guess. Alchemist versus the Doom.
The Doom is probably Pure's best hero. Or at least the one this team is the most comfortable with.
Sure.
He always has solid performances on it, always gets fat, and I mean, I feel like BetBoom have been the team that wins the most games they shouldn't.
So you're saying they got here through luck? They're 4-0?
No, I did not say luck.
They aren't really a true undefeated team?
I'm just saying there were a lot of games that looked very grim for them.
Fluke their way to the top half?
Oh, I mean, fluke's a strong word. I think we save it for times where it's, you know, truly apt, like both the OG TI wins. But
yeah, of course.
They might have fluked a little bit. I go back to Nightfall's performance, though. If there's one guy who's been carrying this team out of those situations, it's been him.
Yeah.
He's looked really good this tournament. So Shiro is going to meet his match in this series and meet his match in the lane.
First blood, he's got it. Save will secure it with the final hits, and they're going to get a second kill out of this. With the creep wave dying under tower, this is very, very good. And Avery did say he would offer a formal apology to BetBoom if they do win this game.
I never said such thing. What would I even apologize to them for? You're the one who said they
being a
fluked.
doubter. No, I do agree that I would definitely favor LGD. It looked
Early blinding light.
very strong, but Good rotation from PSG.LGD to shut down GPK and get nothing to say. The step up in this matchup, which was somewhat even, a little bit of a lead from Storm.
I mean, you can see what LGD are prioritizing, though. It is the puck Storm. Yeah, Shiro's going to have a rough one here, but he's out. He can catch up. The super early part of the lane is not the important part for this hero. It's the jungle stacks, what you contribute out of. In that sense, I am surprised that LGD got double killed there, though. Because Pure doesn't, he didn't even have a creep for that. Like, he still doesn't have a creep. That is just the power of Infernal Blade level 2 Scorched Earth with Pugna chasing you down. But I do feel like that LGD lane between the Maiden and the Alec has a lot of a lane shove. They should not have gotten, like, double waved under the tower like that. Something went wrong with the equilibrium control. A rare misstep from their safe lane that has been very solid so far. And Pure will take advantage of it. Still, top 2 leaders are the Puck and the Timber overall. Especially with that gank going on GPK, slowed him down a little bit as he was playing ahead in CS. Those are your 2 tempo creators that LGD want to create as much space for as possible.
I could tell you were a captain on a North American team because
I gave up on life.
Well, yes, but that's more of a you thing. Your insights on laning phase is always very interesting to me. I don't think I pay nearly as much attention to you do as you do.
Yeah,
the whole fact that the wave doubled up, it didn't really occur to me how that could.
I mean, that should not have happened in lane. There's no way you should get dove with Crystal Maiden Alc. Like, I didn't watch 100% of it, but that is a wrong outcome there. And there's no way you should be dying that lane without a Doom creep, I think. Because the diving acid spray Crystal Nova is not easy. So the fact they got that much advantage, that's why it sticks out to me.
These supports are getting active. They're getting out here. Toronto Tokyo going to join saving this, which PSG.LGD clearly did not expect.
Nice glimpse.
You almost did.
I know.
Yeah, phase shift.
Nice glimpse, nerd. You know why North American players focus on lane phase?
Yeah, because EG was super lane dominant, and if you didn't do okay in lanes, then the game would end by 20 minutes.
Exactly. If you ever had a Chinese captain on here, you'd probably talk about team fighting and itemization.
Yeah, that would be really cool. I wonder if Zhao Wei can learn to speak English.
Why don't you work on your Mandarin and we'll see you in here.
Okay.
There you go.
It's a good NBA meme right there. Time to learn Mandarin,
time to learn Mandarin. Someone should have memed that with Sumail.
That's true. That's a missed opportunity. Another dive under the tower here. Shiro, completely burnt out of mana and almost burned out of health, is just going to have to forfeit the lane, it seems.
I mean, this is not the worst outcome if you can just farm jungle. You just don't want to be dying.
Farming jungle pre-level 6, though?
That's fine. It's fine. He has level 3 acid spray if there's some stacks. I feel like this is kind of the normal trajectory for Alc anyway.
Okay.
If you have a really good game, you can stay on lane, but the jungle's always been
Coil, silence, it just lasts so long, but the time walk almost went off anyway.
A big find from NTS here with the level 4 orb. Just enough damage to keep that puck momentum building.
Well, if the Alchemist is forfeiting to the jungle, While You Smile can only do so much to collect experience on this lane. He gets hunted down. Their tower dies.
And there's something I want to talk about right now.
Okay.
We've seen a lot of tweets about Timber saw this, Timber saw that, hero so busted. Honestly, the more I see this hero, yeah, I actually tend to agree. Because what Mew has done down here should be illegal, right? He is a spell casting, one of the most efficient damage per mana cost spellcasters in the game. He gets to build Vanguard. He becomes invincible with that with 2 armor. And he racked up 20 denies on this lane.
Is he invincible, though?
Well, not that, I mean, Doom's even more broken. It takes a broken hero to kill another one. But what I was going to point out is you look at Nightfall's net worth, that is denies from a Timber Saw. Straight up 20 denies from you. That should not be a thing.
So you're saying Timber Saw shouldn't be hitting for 91 damage right now?
Like the fact this hero has more base damage than Agi carry does not add up to me at all.
That does make sense. GPK barely gets the zip out.
That blinding light didn't come in time.
No, it was just a tad bit late, and nothing to say also didn't jaunt to his orb.
I mean, those blinding lights are weird because when you push them farther away from the right-click projectiles too.
Sure.
So sometimes you don't want to give him time to dodge those. Feel for Planet there. Those kills, those are the kills that LGD need though. They're all been very close. There are some stacks going their way. mainly on the triangle, waiting for Shiro when he comes to collect a little later on with some more levels. So that is going to be a huge boost to the Alchemist GPM here. The BetBoom are unlikely to be able to contest or invade.
Yeah, it's a good thing it's in the triangle too, because this other side of the map, BetBoom are owning. They are not going to let Shiro farm this part of the map for very long.
No, early tower death with the Vanguard Doom who picked up that mana burn creep. Way too strong a lane at that point. Kicks the Alk out. Something you would expect here, you're just looking for the trade. And that was why when Pure 1 bottom doomed New, he's slowing down that tier 1 tower trade that New is now going to have to push into again. I don't know if there's potential to kill the Timber without the Doom. I don't think BetBoom are going to look for it, but they're definitely going to look for Nightfall on the LGD side and force him through the gate, which will result in the tower trade.
They're going to dive Shiro underneath tier 2. Not quite enough damage, and with that positioning, it's pretty easy for Nothing to Say to counter. Get a kill onto Save, who's going to try and stall it as much as possible.
Oh, this is interesting.
He got the last hit.
Ooh.
He got a creep. Well worth it.
Extra value taken away from Alchemist.
And it looks like Planet is going to be caught as well. Body blocking. Never mind. Maybe Mew can save him here. Planet turns around, gets some damage. They just run past the Timber Saw to finish off Planet. They actually want this. They have level 6.
Doom's up at 3.
Glimpse.
I don't
They get a
think they have
Static
damage.
Storm? No.
This is the other problem with Timbersaw. There's a lot of problems with this hero.
Shiro taking a lot of damage. GPK.
Out of mana. Does have some Lotuses though.
Yeah, he has the Lotuses, and that should be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you got to remember,
Oh, guys, again?
he's getting Lotuses, he's getting Arcane Runes, and he has a Pugna behind him. And this GPK Storm is batteried up this game.
I don't know. It's kind of looking to me like the GPK Storm is going to take over the game. And again, Nothing to Say is actually ahead in net worth.
Yeah, Nothing to Say is having a great game here. He got that Void kill earlier, the kill on mid-storm with the rotation. He's level 9, having a very fast Witchblade and very farmed.
They're going to go for it. Now they have Doom, or Glimpse, excuse me, so this Doom is made a whole lot better by that one. The Arcane Rune goes to work now. Why You Smile is going to be caught by GPK. Nothing to Say, should just be able to walk away though. Or jaunt away. Glimpse, phase shift to dodge it, no problem.
2 big Timber kills in this early game. Pure putting that Doom to use on the best target he can get. That is really going to help buy some tempo time in this game for the Faceless Void to catch up, because it is going to be catch-up duty for Nightfall here as he rushes Midas over Treads. Never an optimal sign, but you're happier to have it than not have it. And the stacks are waiting. Ooh,
Oh, they got
nice
him with
little
a
bait.
Static Storm, and they're going to pull him back into it. A big kill. The Shield Rune is helping, though. Is the Shield Rune? Oh, he has to use the Chronosphere to ensure the kill. It was actually pretty damn close. He was almost outside of the Static Storm, and if he gets out of there, then Orb, Phase Shift, jaunt away, probably keeps him alive.
Street Gold to save, who is also having a very strong game on this Pugna. And he was playing Pugna before anybody else was, if you remember. He was one of the earliest Pugna supporters in this new patch. So he's very comfortable in this hero, very confident with it. And he is going to have some good items to play with here. Which means he can play more aggressive with GPK, just take over enemy parts of the map here. I still think that triangle invasion is probably way too hard. Their lineup doesn't do it, and those stacks are already gone, actually. New took a decent amount of them.
Yeah, they did not give that to Shiro, which I thought was very interesting. Again, Shiro not going to the triangle, I think, a single time here.
I mean, it's still efficient to farm these stack medium camps for him, but I think he would have wanted that large camp stack. You get some skeletons pop off that, it's a lot of extra gold. The Ancients you can definitely give to the Timber, because Ancients are not that efficient for Al compared to other heroes farming it.
I mean, unless the team has, like, told him, no, you must go to top lane, Shiro has willingly avoided that area and kept farming top.
Maybe Zhao 8 told him.
Okay, all right.
Shiro, if I see you in the triangle once this game, you're off the team. I don't care if you're my MVP.
Jesus.
Nightfall in the night. What the hell's up with this cam?
No, I see. Likes the darkness.
The man of the shadows. You don't have to actually be Faceless Void, man, you know?
Toronto Tokyo runs into the Timber Saw. Now the Static Storm, never mind, they're going to avoid the Timber Saw. They know how hard it is to kill him. Unless they get Doom on him,
Which is back
the
up.
Infernal Blade, it's just not going to happen. So instead, they go for the kill on Crystal Maiden. A Haste Rune. They have vision up here on the high ground. They see Fury. Tumbler Toys
nice
down
ult.
to the low ground. And do manage to catch Drawn to Tokyo. The Doom immediately thrown out onto the puck. Now he does have a Pavis helping him out here. GPK having a hard time getting through all of that, but it looks like he'll eventually get it done. The attempt to deny is blocked out.
LG rather have their puck live here, but getting that pure kill is also pretty nice because he gets some revenge. It'll help him get to his tankiness. His items are going to be really important here for LGD. How much does he commit to the auras to try and play through the Alx timing? How much does he play for himself in terms of a greedier item, damage-wise? Or does he go for something in between, like, you know, maybe a Lotus Orb to help deal with the time dilation, but then you're not necessarily throwing it on the Alk? There's a couple interesting items. He's going to opt for Pipe here, which can't blame him. I mean, this is a pretty damn good Pipe game. And you are kind of playing for the Alk on the puck. But it does mean Timber is not going to be as crazy an individual threat as he could have been this game, especially with all the ancient priority he's been given.
15-minute Radiance for the Alchemist.
It's a little slow.
Very slow. And Orchid going to work to get the pick off on you.
And you can go Orchid because you got all that mana battery behind you.
Yeah.
That is the nice part of this Storm Puck matchup in this game is GPK can just go for the aggressive lockdown item and he's not going to get punished for it.
I don't think I've ever seen a Storm Spirit get played around with so much. Like, it is incredible. Has GPK gone back once?
Well, he died.
I mean, outside of his death. My point is he's constantly full resources. I like Toronto Tokyo TP to the outpost, refilled his bottle for him. Save is just Save is his shadow. He is just tracing GPK. He's playing that game we just played, the Shrades game.
It's true. Even giving him the power runes. I mean, this is how you're supposed to play around this hero. And I feel like Eastern Europe has been the most successful Pugna Storm region. Maybe not the most successful, but they played it the most.
Okay.
Right? You had Team Spirit jamming it every game, and then every other team has to play against it and learn it themselves. Like, these mids like getting sucked.
Yeah, they do. Sometimes they want two people to come in.
I mean, sometimes the ego is just that big.
As much of a pampered duty as possible. 14-6, 2,000 net worth lead for BetBoom. Against an Alchemist, that's going to feel pretty good. Granted, they have their own gold generation machine in Doom, but Doom is like an Alchemist light a little bit. Coil, they caught the Storms here, the perfect person to catch, but he's also getting, what a chrono! All 5 heroes in the Chronosphere with the Doom already out onto Shiro. Give up on this team fight, I think. They just got to retreat. They're not going to be able to leave, though. GPK is going to use the last bit of his mana to hunt down Shiro. Now the Timber Saw is next. Caught inside the kinetic field, surrounded by too many heroes. He dies as well. 4 dead. GPK picking up the triple kill. They thought they were going to be able to kill GPK, but what a turnaround from BetBoom.
They don't have the single target damage to be going on him like that. They don't know where the Pugna is. This is not even remotely close to a kill. And then the pentagram of death here. Sometimes you just chrono an entire enemy team and you make it look easy. Nightfall, he must be one of the best carries in the world at playing from a down position. Like, if you're going to take someone to have a rough early game and still have high impact and be in the right place at the right time, so many of these little plays, right? I go back to the match yesterday where he joined that kill with the Morphling top. They waveformed him and canceled the TP on this. I forget who was TPing out.
Yeah.
This is a really bad analogy because it's incredibly general, but I feel like most people know what I'm talking about. He's willing to join the fights, and when he joins them, he's very high impact, even from a low net worth position, despite my terrible analogy. And it's doing wonders for BetBoom. They are in a very solid position now. I think LGD do not have the momentum they're looking for in this game. And this is going to be a struggle to get back in because your Alk just has no he has no windows here. Like, what are you looking to hit?
And the Timber Saw can't play Dota. First he was up against the Doom, now he's constantly getting Orchided. and they get a kill, and they can just keep going. GPK back up to full mana, will chase after Why You Smile. Now, they do have a coil onto 2 on the back.
Yeah, but where's the damage?
There's no damage to follow it up. Yeah, these supports are perfectly healthy. They do manage to get a stun onto GPK, and they kill him. Oh, godlike streak coming out.
Shiro.
That silence just in time.
Finds the connection. That is a necessary kill here for LGD and some spark of life in a game that was snowballing out of control, especially based on Save's impact, man. This Pugna is way too big and way too bad. Like, they have no answer for him. He's too tanky to go on with the puck alone. You don't have any backline close right now. Maybe if you get a blink on Shiro, you can double find him with the cores, but if you aggressively go into BetBoom, Save is really
they have Doom up.
Tides.
They're going to hit him with the Doom, and once you're doomed with Disruptor, it's like 100% you're killed. Because all you could do is run away, and then you're just going to get glimpsed back if you make it far enough.
It's another old school CIS combo.
Yep.
Going back to those VP days. Still works in today. Little Orchid doesn't have enough damage here, but it'll be annoying.
Phase shift. He already used his orb, so he is going to die.
Wow. Thought he was going to live there. Maybe even be able to turn it around. GPK showing him who's boss, and the kills continue.
Find your lack of faith in GPK disturbing, Avery.
I mean, not really. I'll have faith in GPK in this roster when they convince me of them going deep into tournament, which they're starting to do.
This is an online tournament, so they should be fine.
Exactly.
Now, when they get to Riyadh, that's a different question.
Honestly, all this game has just convinced me that Pugna is a first phase hero. And if you're not first phasing this hero, and you give it second phase, you're going to regret it. This hero just does so much. He's a crazy good laner, plays 4 or 5, buys great items, forces you to go on him, or he's the best save in the game. Can keep heroes on the map for free.
Yeah, he is a great combination of save when you're behind and win more when you're ahead, right?
Yeah. That's why I feel like there's not a lot of downsides to the hero.
Oh, the Static Storm to cover him.
I mean, this is all Pugna, right?
He's still leashed for so long, but the heals do not stop. GPK is out. He's away. PSG.LGD may be able to clean up some scraps here, but certainly not what they wanted. 3-man chrono. Okay, GPK only has a little bit of mana to work with here, though, and they don't have a whole lot of damage to throw in. They already used most of their resources, so maybe not the best Chronosphere this time around, Nightfall.
No, it looked great on paper, but he's not really doing the most damage in the Chrono. He needs his supports alive. And with Pure caught in that as well, you're kind of just wasting the Doom in this fight. Doom was not up, so they can't lock down another core, and LGD strike back. That triangle invasion a little too deep. Somehow GPK makes it out, but his team does not. Go back to that Pugna save. You need to find the skeleton. You're going to be confident going in these fights for LGD. And that means more gap close, more blink daggers, more lockdown, nullifiers, detection for the glimmers. You're going to need it all at some point.
BKB now for the Faceless Void, so the damage formula really hasn't changed that much on the side of BetBoom, but does mean Nightfall is going to be a lot harder to shut down for LGD. And by harder, I mean pretty much impossible. They have no way to stop a BKB Faceless Void from time walking out.
I mean, that's why Planet is just rushing Hex here. They already know they're going to need hard lockdown to start these fights, and Coddle with the biggest cast range is going to be the one to do it. So there's an item you can farm on this hero. It'll come eventually here for Planet. It's going to be slow. And this game just looks really tough at this point. Because this Faceless Void is just going to scale like a beast. I mean, this is a Void game where you can tank up too. You can just go the Scotty build, for example. You get to that point where you're, what, 4,000 HP with the backtrack talent?
Yep.
Is this LGD lineup touching that?
No.
I don't know. And I don't know if you can stop him getting there. I know that's a very long way away.
Bash him long enough to kill a 4,000 HP Faceless Void with a 20% damage reduction, basically.
I mean, this is an ultimate test for this LGD lineup right now. If they win this game, I will be incredibly impressed. Because I am expecting BetBoom to be able to close out this one given their position. They'll continue to scale with Doom, Faceless Void, and fresh Aegis on GPK, so 2 lives for the Storm. Even more mana to play with.
Yeah, now Save doesn't have to chase you quite as much. Let Storm play out his first life however he wants to. And they're all going to go through the portal together while the Aegis hero pushes down bottom a little bit. Which is a nice way to be able to get some map control. One of the game-changing items here for PSG.LGD. We got a Lotus Orb now for the Timber Saw.
Just necessary for the time dilation. You had to go it at some point. It's going to be second here. But this Timber game has not been as fearsome as the tweets would have me believe.
Yeah,
outside of that lane.
Timber looks like a...
He looks mortal.
He's bleeding a lot in this game, that's for sure.
I do think the off-lane Timber is weaker than the mid Timber. That's a large difference here.
Okay.
I think you really want this hero in mid because he's a free lane win. He's pretty much a free tier 1 with Vanguard. And you're always going to be super high net worth and you can just run at people. The off-lane Timber, you split the XP. So that Vanguard early on is not as potent because your ult comes later, your nukes come later. You're not abusing the early windows and snowballing as fast. You're getting runes because you're shoving the wave in. All these little things on mid is what makes that hero first phase really scary. And if you put him in the off lane, he functions fine, but then you want to do that in a situation where you get a really clutch mid pick that kind of breaks the game. Did this puck do that? Not really, right? It's a great puck game, but it did not end up breaking the game.
Smoke up. They're going to go to the bottom right corner of the map where there is currently 3 PSG.LGD members, and there is a ward that's scouting some of them. One of them is going to be planted here, sitting right under the ward, waiting for Y to go for the D ward, but it's too late. The initiation is already curled. The Orchid is only going to last so long here. Is he going to be able to blink out? He does.
Will.
Yep, no static storm, but there was Nightfall on the other side of things. Jaunted back during that, so couldn't phase shift, I think because of the time dilation.
Well, he phase shifted to blink out in the first place. He didn't even have it. There's just too much lockdown, too much catch. The rest of LG will get out, waste some time here. Lead isn't technically building for BetBoom, but I feel like that's the Alchemist more than anything. Technically, he's in the lead. Does not feel like it, though.
No, it doesn't. When he's got 3 cores, like, all within closing distance of him, net worth-wise, that is not an Alchemist who's far enough ahead.
No, not nearly. And your items just don't feel great at this point either. Too much HP on these BetBoom cores to burst, especially with the Pugnus 8 behind them. Like, who do you go on here?
And there's no, it doesn't. When he's got 3 cores, like, all within closing distance of him, net worth-wise, that is not an Alchemist who's far enough ahead.
No, not nearly. And your items just don't feel great at this point either. Too much HP on these BetBoom cores to burst, especially with the Pugnus 8 behind them. Like, who do you go on here?
And there's no way to keep him locked down without the Basher. They'll have AC soon, but...
NTS's game also really stalled out. Like 5 deaths on the puck. As I was praising his consistency, this game just closes in for LGD. Many have tried to defeat the pure Doom before you, my friends. And many have fallen.
They could take the tier 2. They're going to do the Tormentor before the tier 2, which
LGD knows is happening.
Yeah, this is a dangerous move. Now the BKB Time Walk takes off a lot of damage for Nightfall, and they couldn't go into that. Again, it's an Aegis on one hero, a BKB on the other. Had Chronosphere ready to go. If they walk up to that high ground...
LGD got the Tormentor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, good job.
A little sniped at the end. Maybe the Crystal Nova or something. Maybe just the puck AoE probably got it with the Orb and the Silence, so... Thanks for your hard work, BetBoom. We appreciate it.
Well done. Well, yeah.
Thanks for doing that for us. We could have done it ourselves, of course, but happy to let you
exercise your damage. All right. Well, the other Tormentor will go to Toronto, Tokyo
Yeah, that shard is one of the shards.
Thick as hell. It is one of the shards in the game, yes.
It's not terrible around objective fights because you can throw it on the ground. It's like
so I was thinking about this. Do you think
throw it on a ramp?
Do you think it'll catch Puck when he phase shifts and then blinks out?
I mean, you can't stop phase blink.
Right.
Like,
I'm just saying. Do you think it'll still latch to him? Like after he blinks away, do you think the lightning bolts will be on him or not?
No.
That would be cool. That might be one of the only uses I can think of.
Well, I just gave you a use. Put it on a ramp, and then someone has to run through it.
Yeah, I can only really think about the Puck usage, so.
Also, it's more strikes, isn't it? It's the same amount.
Yeah, it does 6, I think.
Yeah, so it lasts pretty long.
Yeah.
It's a lot of vision.
It replaced the level 20 talent that he used to have.
Here I am.
Are we going or not? Apparently not. So pure, well, I guess he's got Octarine, so it's not like his Boots of Travel is on cooldown for long. And he's almost level 20, is going to be level 20 for this next fight. So now we've got the Perma Doom, basically.
He's so big. So damn big. I feel like Doom is the one hero I would not give BetBoom, honestly. They keep getting it. I also can't help but feel like this Caudal Puck was the poor man Pugna Storm. Well, this is like supposed to be the Pugna Storm in this game, but they got Pugna Stormed.
Yeah, unless you're really popping off with Puck and like constantly killing people, I feel like it's actually a little bit of mana overdose.
Yeah, he doesn't need it as much. I mean, his mana does not translate as directly to damage here.
Yes. Yeah.
And he doesn't have some really good chakra combo like a Pango or Ember. But I guess the Dire Bounty rune continues.
Dude, this is so insane.
Are we sure it's not bugged? I mean...
Well, how dare you insult Lareth like that?
I'm just saying, mistakes happen.
I mean,
mistakes happen, you know, things are made, things are not made. A blood grenade counter, for example.
I
still not made.
Yeah.
So, you know, decisions.
You know JJ will get you a blood grenade counter at some point in time.
I think
just
at this
to
point,
spite you.
I think at this point he won't do it just to double spite me.
Could be. We'll have to see.
Because I think he wants to make it now, but now he's also like, if I make it, I'm gonna.
He sets the precedent for you to be able to abuse him in cast.
Exactly. Then I can just start demanding anything.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, that is smart. I kind of get it though, right? The Radiant bounty on the low ground, the Dire bounty on the high ground. I feel like you just naturally, as Dire side, control both bounty runes.
Yeah,
areas better.
I actually think it is just playing with the map. Because whenever I play pubs, I never pick up this Radiant bounty unless I'm Dire.
Agreed. Yes.
I'm Dire, I go in there and I always find like 3. I'm like, oh.
Yes.
A nice little surprise.
If they literally just put that Radiant bounty up on the high ground, I think it would be a lot more even.
Yes, it would. And Glimpse put the chain.
Oh, he got the chain after the Glimpse hit him.
Is this an opening?
Timed. Dwyu Snile is going to be the first one dead in this team fight. They've already popped the BKB, and they're going. Oh,
with
no!
Chrono, everybody.
He does manage to catch the Puck, who jumped into it as well as the Storm Spirit, and with the silence on him, they might be able to kill this Puck. Yep, with that Orchid, he's going to die, and the Doom is placed out onto Shiro, so he is neglected. He's not going to be able to do that much.
Oh, the Hex.
The
Planet Hex.
The heals.
He's stormed.
He's actually going on to the Alchemist. Instead, they're draining him of all his health bit by bit. Nightfall. Now that Shiro is no longer a threat. How is he still alive? Finally,
I don't know.
He falls. The supports try to come in, do what they can. GPK is actually going to die here with Dwyu Smile coming back into play. But this Pugna has been sucking non-stop. Somebody stop this guy.
This is illegal.
Non-stop suck action here. Save gets a double kill.
Nobody touched him.
How much damage did he do?
He just stood there the whole fight. He did the most.
He did 6,300 damage.
Like what? Why are they not focusing him? He'd be the one guy I'd want to focus. He just stood there the whole time. He didn't move. What a ridiculous team fight. That Chrono, that might have been a fight-losing Chrono if the Puck doesn't end up inside of it. But both mids.
Yeah. Yeah.
They dragged each other in. Because this fight was way closer than I thought it was going to be. They got the reflected Doom off the Lotus. The Hex from Planet almost kills Nightfall here. But the Decrep on Alk, he couldn't hit him. He just couldn't hit him.
He's literally going through the entire duration.
Yeah, I don't understand how Save gets to sit here.
And a third and a fourth.
I mean, it's hands off the mouse. Like, literally. He got 2 Pugna wards off. He hasn't moved. The only time he moved is he got blinding lighted.
He's spending more time sucking than not sucking.
I mean, GPK's tipping him because GPK's dead. He's just watching him suck. Like, damn.
I'd watch him too. I watched him the whole fight. It was mesmerizing. I couldn't take my eyes off of it.
That is an insane amount of damage for a Pugna with defensive items to contribute. And now,
in that fight, by the way, he used
super solid position.
Life Drain 6 times and Nether Blast 7.
Yeah, that is way too much. You're not winning a fight if that happens.
4 Decrepifies and 2 Pugna wards. He had 2 Nether wards in that fight.
And a lot of the spells were super impactful. That Decrep on the Alk salvages that Nightfall death.
Yeah.
And now you're looking at Roche. The scan hits. BetBoom, no LG are coming, but they're too slow. Or rather, BetBoom are too fast. Cheese for GPK and Aegis for Nightfall as he got a little spooked by that Hex. Wants the second life for himself. LGD are still lurking. They want to jump. They have Nullifier on Shiro.
They already have the stun. Charging up. They're going to go for Nightfall. See if they can blow him up. The heals, once again, the Decrepify and the heals are keeping him alive a little bit longer. Finally, he does lose that Aegis, but the damage is already done. They've got the Doom out onto the Alchemist. He's going to be falling, nothing to say. Goes for the Pugna, but gets locked inside the Chronosphere. Nightfall immediately protecting his support where he can. The Chakram pullback isn't going to be quite enough damage unless, the Caught-Up Blast, still not enough. Save waves goodbye as he heads off into the sunset.
LGD's last hurrah knows if they can't win that fight outside their base, they're probably not going to win it when it gets to their towers with the double life on Nightfall. Valiant attempt.